All right, now how does the dark web honeypot plot work here in this political cluster bug of whatever I'm trying to explain? Okay. Left-wing nationalists typically set up the honeypot plots, okay? That's just a fact, all right? And you can dig deeper in what left-wing nationalist groups are operating through. But, I mean, Franco-Americans, maybe that are double agents for the Israeli government. The Israeli government kind of trying to intervene constantly, trying to protect some sort of asset or whatever it is. Unnecessarily, by the way, while markets are clearly, like, completely hampered and handicapped. Honeypot plots are the perfect thing to use to persecute specific people because they happen to be a very convenient thing to pull out of the toolbox in the event that they need controversy. And especially if it's against somebody that might be extremely critical of something and the point that they're making is socially relevant. So using persecution tools such as dark web honeypots are not beyond these left-wing nationalist groups that, are fronting for American interests, but, on the deeper level, they're really not, okay? And what they're diabolical. They'll actually op right-wing groups, and they'll feed those right-wing groups information about those targets, and when it's convenient, they'll say that either they're a victim or suddenly they're a perpetrator or they're both or blah, blah, blah. These are kind of the lol cow developers, who require exploitation targets so they can move all around these people, cause chaos around them, and, do their shenanigans. And they're the innovators of these plots because they're complex, they're complicated, and require a lot of deep thought before, they're executed. Right-wing nationalists think on reaction, think January 6th insurrectionists, obviously the right-wing leaning, very reactive, not so much in the intelligence sector. Think Robert Card, mass shooter, kind of thought people were just calling him something that he wasn't and shot a bunch of people, reactive, okay? They know how to identify these profiles among people. They weaponize the public against itself through the private sector. How people aren't seeing this as a human rights violation, how people are still overlooking me saying we're prisoners of war 6 years after the fact that I made some stupid video about it is embarrassing. And the fact that a weaponized honeypot plot existing on a private citizen, that's not far-fetched.